Charles de Gaulle lived, he never stopped making a difference. Rallying a country to fight against the Germans, he is also one of the main reasons France still has an army. Ever since he was a child, de Gaulle had a passion for the military and politics. The supposed most humiliating moment of his childhood was when the French had to leave from Egypt to avoid a war that could have cost them. And so at age 18, he entered the country's most renowned military school, the Academy of Saint-Cyr in Gaulle. In 1912, at age 22, he graduated from the school as the 13th best of 210 students. 2 years later, there was the First World War. As a lieutenant, de Gaulle went and fought as a part of the renowned 33rd Regiment that suffered heavy losses. De Gaulle got injured early on and went to a hospital. With all this time to himself, he slowly got angry against the French army's tactics, which he thought were outdated. This was his first bit of upstanding. He discussed this with other injured officers. A few years later, he was again injured, this time at the legendary Battle of Verdun in 1916, and captured by the Germans. His commander first gave him up for dead, but he was very much alive. In all, he made 5 unsuccessful escape attempts. After almost 3 years in captivity, he was finally released in December 1918, reunited with his family, all of which survived the war. Between the wars, de Gaulle stayed in the army, gradually earning the promotions to become a colonel. He also taught at the École Militaire. He even briefly commanded a small infantry regiment in Trier. In 1934, he published a book, which wasn't very popular in France, but quite popular in Germany. In World War II, de Gaulle did the most famous upstanding of his life. At the start of it, he commanded a tank regiment in Montcornet, and soon earned himself a promotion to brigadier general. But his bold opinions were not pleasing his superiors, and after strongly opposing the French surrender to the Nazis and failing, he went to London. And so, on the 18th of June 1940, he called to the French people to fight against the German oppressor, later stating that France had lost the battle, but France had not lost the war, his most famous quote. He took command of the Free French forces, becoming the most influential leader against the He fought many years against German troops, leading a miniature revolution, but often being sold out by collabos, traitors who sold the Free French plans to the Nazis. In 1944, at last, after the landings in Normandy that ended the liberation of Europe, de Gaulle brilliantly maneuvered so that France would be counted in the winning side of the war, although they had also aided the Germans. Idol to many French people, de Gaulle took command of the French provisional government, which he led until 1958, when at age 68 he became the first president of the Fifth Republic, winning the election by a record-breaking 78% of vote, record which still holds today. Freed many French colonies, such as Algeria, and when in 1965 he was replaced as president, he had made many friends and enemies. Other countries' presidents, such as Presidents Roosevelt and Truman of the United States, thought he was a true stubborn and obstinate person. But for the most part, there was sadness when he passed away on the 9th of November 1917, after living his final years in his home in Colombey-les-Deux-Églises. Many people still look up to him today, and he will always be remembered in France as a hero.